Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list and market talk for the 18th of December, Tuesday. I hate to bring you this bad news, but the stock market starts off the week breaking to new lows. Really nasty price action. Today, a lot of supports got taken out. The Dow Jones ended down about 507 points. The S&P down 54. The Nasdaq down 157. Don't forget, we do have the FOMC Wednesday. The rate decision will be at 2 o'clock, but then Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, will be holding a conference at 2:30. So that's Wednesday. 27% of the S&P stocks basically are in a bear market. That's about 137, 140 stocks are down about 20% or more. Um, and as you can see from FinViz, courtesy of FinViz here, it's just a sea of red here in the stocks. This is the S&P 500. You had Amazon down 4%. Facebook got hit today, another 2.5%. Google was down today. So just a lot of red across the board. We'll get this out of the way. And as you can see, as far as the markets themselves, even the REITs, the IYR was down over 4%. Hack was down 3% today. Oil was down almost 3.5% today. Marijuana, the ETF, was down 3% today. The IWM fell further, down 2.5%. So just no place to hide. The Nasdaq was down over 2% for today. What was up? All the things that you don't want to see up. The VIX was up 13% for the day. Now we have a 24 handle on the VIX. JNUG, which we actually got a trade in, we took it over $7.50. It climbed up to 8. So JNUG was up 10% for the day. Nougat was also up. Gold itself was up a little over 0.5%. Silver was up about 0.5% for the day, but as you can see, mostly everything down 4, 2, 3, and a lot of selling going on. As far as the sectors of the SPY, percent-wise, we had those REITs down almost 4%, like I said, for the day. Even the utilities, just no place to hide in the utilities. You can see here on the daily chart that big engulfing candle to the downside. There's your REITs. Big sell-off in the REITs today. The XOP was also just keeps grinding down. Oil itself, oil was so oil did hold that $50 spot, the XOIL, but is threatening bear flagging here on the XOIL to break down through 50. So even oil remains weak. So a lot of sectors down 2%. The only sector that was up today was the XME, up fractionally. That's the metals and the mining ETF. So that's basically what was up for the day. So very ugly. Now, like I said on my previous videos, basically just intraday trading right now, not really swing trading right now. The way we played the market today was we were very fortunate. Let me go to my SPY chart. We were fortunate enough for the SPY to open to the downside today. Let me show you this. So we were watching the SPY. The market was selling off in the pre-market. We got this sell-off down to about this 257 area, and then we started to recover. And this is where we were looking for relative strength. So we took Apple to the long side. We took Intel, and we got a couple of nice trades out of them today. So I'll show you that. Let me bring the room over. So here was JNUG. We called JNUG to watch that 750. Now I'm also talking on the microphone while I'm making these alerts. So we traded JNUG over that 750 area. Each morning we go through a bunch of stocks. We look at charts. We traded CGC over 3080 when the SPY was bouncing. We got a trade out of that. We also traded Apple over 166.80. All right, and that moved up a dollar from our entry, and that was all because we were timing this bounce in the SPY. We also got into Intel at 47.85, and Intel moved up nicely on that bounce off the SPY. So I'm hoping that the market gaps down again for tomorrow. We'll see if that's going to play out. Right now, the futures in the overnight session. Now it's about 7:09 Eastern time, my time, so it's still early in the evening. We have a little mini bounce going on here in the Dow, up about 30. The S&P futures up about 1. The Nasdaq futures up about 13. But very early in the session thus far. So we'll see, what tomorrow morning is going to bring and how the overnight session does. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the news that came out after the bell tonight, courtesy of the Trade Exchange. So we had, after the market close, Steinmart selects James B. Brown as Chief Financial Officer. OTEX buys Liaison Technologies, was some news that came out after the bell. Oracle had earnings after the bell. Earnings per share beat by 2 cents and a revenue beat for ORCL. So that stock holding up and moving up in the after hours on Oracle. Another name that had some news, ACHN reports positive interim data. ACHN. Let's take a look at it. ACHN, not much reaction in the after hours on that one. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's see, President Trump out with a tweet in the after hours tonight. Today, I'm making good on my promises to defend our farmers and ranchers from unjustified trade relations. So, by foreign nations. So, President Trump with, you can read the rest there for yourself. And let's see, J&J announced a 5 billion repurchase program, I should say. J&J. He was also on an interview with Kramer at 6 o'clock. I'll scroll down. I'll show you some of the comments from him on that. Johnson & Johnson reaffirms its full year 2018 sales. That coming out after the bell. So J&J, a little bit of a bounce. Boeing raised their dividend by 20%, increased their repurchase authorization to 20 billion for Boeing. So Boeing up their repurchase. So that stock climbed a little bit in the after hours tonight on BA. Let's see what else. Here's the comments by J&J. So the CEO said thousands of studies confirm no asbestos in baby powder, and he said this on CNBC on the Jim Cramer program on the 6 o'clock show. So some comments there coming out from the J&J CEO after the bell tonight. And J&J, like I said, was moving up a little bit, now pulling back a little bit on J&J. A lot of insider purchases tonight came out. Let's see, we got Big CEO making a purchase. You had PATK, a couple of director purchases there on PATK. No reaction in the after hours. LGCY, which is a small oil company, they had an insider purchase here. TEL director purchased over 42,000 shares for TEL. And that stock moving a little blip on the chart right now in the after hours, but ticking up a little bit in after hours. So there's some of your insider purchases after hours tonight. Once again, this courtesy of the Trade Exchange. If you like, you can pause the video here to look at those further. So as you can imagine, there's not too much on my watch list. Some gold stocks are trying to move up. AUY is a potential one to watch. BTG is another gold stock that you may want to keep an eye on for tomorrow. Now that's if gold makes a continuation move. You see BTG trying to come out over this coiling, this consolidation here. So that's a gold stock. Krone has been pulling back ever since that news with Altria Group. GSAT, sorry, they won in a litigation, so a lot of volume came into this one. Now it's an under 50-cent name. If you like these names, keep an eye on GSAT, HSGX. So really slim pickings out here for the watch list. HSGX, another under $1 name, holding up, trying to get up over the 50 SMA. 56 cents is the 50 SMA, so we closed slightly above it. Let's see if there's anything in the after hours going on. Not really. JNUG will be on watch again for tomorrow. Like I said, we got in this on the break of 750 today, and a nice push up to over $8 on JNUG today. So that was a nice intraday trade. Myos had a good close here on MYOS. So I'll have this one on watch. MYOS will be on watch tomorrow. NBEV holding up very well, a very strong stock today with all that selling going on. NBEV did nothing but pretty much move up for the entire day, so that'll be on watch. OMED, another under $1 name, was moving up in the after hours, trading at 75 cents. OMED. RGSE was moving up a little bit today, so as you can see, slim pickings out here. Riot, we actually got a trade in Riot. Bitcoin was moving up today. I'll bring over the chart of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Now, I'm not a cryptocurrency trader, but you did get this pop in Bitcoin today. So that kind of moved up some of the cryptocurrency stocks, and Riot was one of them. So Riot was showing some volume here. This came off of my scanners. I keep scanners up throughout the day in my room. We saw volume coming in on Riot. We took it up over this 155 area on Riot, and we got this pop up to about $1.75 on RIOT. So that'll be on watch for tomorrow. UXIN has been very strong. UXIN, I mean, the thing is overbought here, but it doesn't seem to matter. Overbought can become more overbought, especially if you start getting shorts getting caught here. So UXIN was very strong. I just didn't find my way into it. It did this right at pretty much the open. This candle went from 725 all the way up to over $8. So there was no way I could jump in this on first candle trading on the open this morning. And then it just kind of moved up a little bit more and then just chopped sideways for the rest of the day. But UXIN will be on watch tomorrow. What a huge candle that was this morning in UXIN. Like I said, I couldn't find a way into it. So we waited for the pullback this morning. And then, like I said, we got nice trades in Apple, Intel. We got the JNUG trade today. We got CGC. I did try a trade in Boeing in after hours, very small shares. And it moved up a little bit, but not enough to give me any kind of pay. I took it over that 320.50 area. It popped up a little bit, then it started to come back at me, so I got right back out. That was on the announcement of the share repurchase being increased. And then later on in the after hours, it did finally go, but I just took a small loss on it on Boeing, so that one did not go for me. All right, so this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. If you're interested in my service, I am running an Xmas special. Here's your coupon code. I will put this link in the description box down below. You could, if you're new to my service, we'd love to have you, and we can make this offer for you for $19.95. You could be in the service for a full month. You get to use everything in the room, the swing trades. You'd see the screen share, you'll get the news, you get everything all inclusive. So the FOMC meeting is Wednesday, this calendar courtesy of the Trade Exchange. So Tuesday the meeting begins, all right? But then Wednesday we get the rate announcement at 2 o'clock, and then there's the chairman Fred presser Jerome Powell at 2:30. So that's all happening Wednesday, the 19th. Okay, so that's your calendar for the week ahead. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. If these videos are helping you, please click the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Everybody have a good, safe day trading tomorrow, and we'll be back at it with another video tomorrow night.